the hardest part about filming or trying to shoot Skytree is finding a good angle. Especially with the limited lens I have. I'm walking around the area trying to find a spot to where I can set the camera down and then walk away, far away, so I'm in frame as well as the Skytree is. Kind of difficult, but having a good day. Today we're in the Skytree area, going to the Ghibli store, the Pokemon Center, probably another hard off or book off or two. And starting off this shopping spree extravaganza is the Ghibli store, located outside on the second level of the Skytree shopping area. Like all the others, this Ghibli store is decorated like a cozy, cluttered home slash foresty area. I love the level of detail they put into the aesthetics. I like these plushie pins they had, these really nice Totoro bags, and I had to get this watering can for Christina. They also had these new fuzzy gachapon figures. Last time we got the Totoro one, but now they have the cat bus and the crab version of Mei, the little girl from the movie. I really enjoyed my time in this store, partly because I was on the phone the whole time with my wife and friends, sending pictures back and forth asking what they wanted me to bring back for them. This store had a lot of Kiki's delivery service merch too. Nothing I was gonna buy here, but it was really nice seeing one of my top 3 Ghibli movies being represented. Within the same shopping area is the Kirby Cafe store, chock-a-block of all your pink puppy goodness. This wasn't an easy store to explore for my wallet, because all the items I wanted were pretty expensive, but so tempting. I really love the vibe the Kirby Cafe style and merch was putting out. In fact, I wouldn't mind remodeling my kitchen after the Kirby Cafe. There were so many kitchen Kirby supplies, I had to get a few things here. Just down the hall from the Kirby Cafe store is the Skytree Pokemon Center. Now I was here during the Halloween season, so they had this really cute pumpkin Pikachu, along with many other plushies as with all the other Pokemon centers. I like seeing more Pokemon themed stuff for just day to day, like Pokemon home decor. It's nice that these Pokemon centers aren't all just toys and cards. That night I paid a visit to a book-off super bazaar in the Shinagawa district. A super bazaar differs from a normal book-off store in its size, which is like 10 times the variety of goods. The first thing that caught my eye were these hanging Nintendo DS's. I'm not sure if these were defective in any way, but this red one was really tempting me. Next were these controllers in the junk section. These were so cheap, I kept having to remind myself that I already have these, I don't need more. I think I just wanted to have the satisfaction of buying a SNES controller for less than $5. Over here we have the console section. Nothing that compelled me to purchase this time, but it was still awesome to see all these retro consoles displayed together. The prices didn't look too bad. I do appreciate these clear boxes they use for the controllers. That way there's less risk of the buttons and Joy-Cons getting damaged from tightly wrapped plastic. Once again, we have the oddly named Old Soft section. I'm only a few years away from being old soft myself. Looking at some Super Famicom boxes and open cartridges, I think by now, after all these videos, I can say the Super Famicom may be my favorite Japanese system. Besides the games, I'm just really drawn to the box art, the cartridges, the colorful Japanese text. It's also aesthetically pleasing. The N64, not as much. I never owned a 64 until much later in life, and I just have memories of playing my cousin's systems. But in a way it's cool because I still get to discover a lot of classic games I haven't played yet. Same goes with the DS family of systems. As a kid, I basically skipped the entire line and just started with the 3DS XL. But again, I'm still to this day playing mainline classic DS games for their first time, which is not a bad thing. Some player's guidebooks here. I was hoping to find the Japanese version of the Super Mario RPG, but I wasn't lucky this time. A large PS2 selection here. The first thing that caught my eye was this Inuyasha game. Fun fact about me, Inuyasha was my first cosplay back when I was about 11 or 12. I didn't even know what cosplay was at the time. Some other classics here, I believe all the ones with the yellow spines are the Japan PS2 greatest hits. A really cool Monster Hunter PSP here. I remember that was my introduction to the franchise. Getting together with my friends and our PSPs and just hunting some monsters together, those were some good times. Taking a break from all the games and checking out the toy section here, there's so many little random figures all individually wrapped, you never know what you... Was that a fetus? Yeah, anyway, I think it's time to go. You know, it is a touristy spot, and there are a million pictures and videos of Tokyo Tower online, but it really is an amazing sight to see. It truly is beautiful. It's funny how something so like big and grand, just a giant structure that's lit up, can make you feel something. Just interesting. After a night of incredibly deep philosophical pondering at Tokyo Tower, I'm visiting Yamashiroya, the famous toy store towering with multiple floors of merch from your favorite games and anime. You might need a decent chunk of time in here, because there are 7 floors to search through. I was here for about a good hour just browsing the aisles. There's so much stuff, everything from anime, Nintendo, and Disney, and so much more. My favorite floor was the Nintendo one, with tons of goods from Super Mario, Kirby, Dragon Quest, and more, but mostly Kirby. In fact, now that I'm looking at the footage, I think this floor was about 70% Kirby. Good morning, everybody. So yesterday I took a break from filming anything or making content. I just wanted to explore Tokyo without having to worry about filming and capturing stuff on the camera. So today we're going to be going to Senso-ji Temple, another very touristy area, but I've never been there before. Today is a Thursday morning, so hopefully it's going to be less crowded. So crossing our fingers, but let's go check it out. Well, I was wrong. Among the sea of people squished together like a pack of penguins huddling for warmth is the Senso-ji Temple shopping alley known as Nakamise, where you can find a variety of traditional goods and souvenirs along with the alluring aroma of delicious treats awaiting to be eaten by me. The temple was first built in 645 AD, making it Tokyo's oldest temple. However, parts of it were destroyed in World War II, like the main gate, and rebuilt through the 1950s and on. Inside the main building is a sight to behold, if you can ignore the crowds of people snapping photos and making noise, though who am I to say, because I was doing the exact same thing. In spite of all the people and the noise, there's a sense of like peacefulness here. I mean, it is a temple. It's a giant, grand, beautiful temple grounds.
After visiting Senso-ji Temple, I decided to just take a walk and let my feet guide me around this part of Tokyo, and I'm really glad I did. This was such an aesthetically pleasing area, I just felt compelled to keep taking random shots as I explored. I couldn't help it. Every street and alley looked so gorgeous and cozy. How dare they? You all know I love my Japanese alleys, and this area did not disappoint. I felt like a wannabe photographer just going around taking shots, not knowing where I'd end up next. Like this little shrine tucked away from the main roads, just quietly waiting for whomever to visit. So nice. This is a building I've been waiting to see for a long time. Can you guess what it is? It's not Nintendo HQ, not Sega. That's right, we're at the Square Enix building. I was so excited to be here, but of course you can't just walk in and start exploring the area. But luckily they do have a shop/cafe outside you can visit. First thing I saw was this last Sora plush they had, and you know I bought it. I'll get Riku next time. This wasn't a huge gift shop, but it was so nice getting to see all these Square Enix merch together, especially Kingdom Hearts, as KH will always have a special place in my heart. They were even playing melancholy soundtracks from different games, seemingly to get you to be so sad to leave that you feel compelled to buy something. Well, at least that's what I felt.
Alright, I gotta admit, that was pretty cool. Walking around the area where the cafe is based on in Persona 5, this whole area is pretty aesthetic. It's probably my favorite, one of my favorite places we've visited so far. Just really cool. You guys know I love the tight alleyways with all the wires and pipes and everything. We walked around a little bit. I found the cafe and the batting range. What I didn't find was, well, I guess in a way I found it, but the laundromat is closed down. I think forever, because it was just kind of boarded up along with the fence. So I don't think there is a way to get there, but I've seen it in other videos and actually some Google images of the actual place where the laundromat is based on. And it really does have all yellow washers and dryers, and I got some really good shots. What I've been doing lately is just, whenever I see a really tight alleyway, really cluttered and cramped, I gotta stop and take some pictures. So I think I've done a pretty good job pretending to be like a amateur photographer. Like we went to Golden Guy. I didn't go there for bars and stuff. I'm not a drinker or anything like that, and plus I'm alone. But that was really cool. It looked like a movie set, like going around there and getting some really amazing shots, and that was before everything lit up. I was there about twilight time, so everything was just kind of opening up and getting started, so I did get some good shots of just alleyways with nobody in the way. It's probably one of my favorite things to do here in any part of Japan, just walk around and explore and find alleyways. There's a YouTube channel that I'm a big fan of. It's called Tokyo Lens, and the host of that channel his name is Norm, and what he is very enthusiastic about that he shows in his videos is going to find really tight alleyways and stuff, and he kind of got me started into looking for that kind of thing. But yeah, he's kind of like a master. I'm trying to find the same alleyways. It's not so easy, but the one thing you have to do is get out of the heart of the city and go out, into neighborhoods and get away from the big main streets. Yeah, so this was really special.
I made a brief stop at Shibuya Crossing to visit one more area featured in Persona 5, and that's the hideout, which should be right about there.
Okay, well, I was really hoping to get to the hideout spot. It's either on the top floor or that bridge right there, or it's on the one below. I'm not sure because I wasn't able to go, but I know this is the area for the hideout spot for in Persona 5. This is just the wrong floor. It's either below or up top, but it's closed for some reason, so you can't get in, so bummer.
After a very relaxing evening spent at Yogi Park, it was time to make my pilgrimage to the old faithful Super Potato. It's funny because I've been to this retro game store several times and usually end up not buying much, if anything. Typically because the prices are higher than what I've seen elsewhere. I mean, everyone knows the famous Super Potato Store has higher prices, but despite that, I just love coming here. The staff are super friendly and helpful, the vibe is so unique. I love how this store is decorated with so much retro gaming goodness, and I'm not just talking about what's for sale. Top to bottom, you're looking at old CRT TVs, display consoles, tons of video game related art and memorabilia, so I always have a good time browsing around at Super Potato. Looking at the higher priced items behind the glass, a Discun case catches my eye. I'm not sure if it came with or without the Mario Game & Watch, but oh my god, where can I find these Bubble Bobble figures? Those are fantastic. I don't think they were for sale. Super Potato has a small arcade on the top floor. As you can see, I'm just getting some reps in, trying to keep my button mashing strong. That joystick has never been touched by a more skilled player, let me tell ya. Suddenly an employee picked up my phone here just as I was about to set a new world record. He probably thought it was left behind, but being so godlike at Marvel vs. Capcom, my reflexes kicked in and I almost annihilated this guy. Luckily, I was able to stop myself just in time before performing my ultimate move on him. I'm sorry you all had to see that. That was a close call.
So it's the official last day for me, full day in Japan. Tomorrow I leave at 12 p.m. So I decided to come back to the park in Kichijoji. I just wanted to come back, no camera, just my phone, and relax and really just soak in the last 24 hours in Japan. I think this is one of my favorite parks, one of my favorite places to visit. Kichijoji, from what I've explored, is definitely a good place where I would choose to live if I moved to Japan. If I had to stay in like the Tokyo area, the vibe in Kichijoji is just very quiet and friendly compared to, like, I don't know, Akihabara. Not saying that Akihabara is bad or the heart of Tokyo is bad, but just the overall vibe. It's very chill and relaxed here. It's very peaceful. So looking back on this trip, I think 10 days is a lot for me to be on a solo trip away from my wife. My wife and I are really close. I didn't think, obviously we miss each other, but I didn't think it would be as difficult. I definitely started to feel pretty lonely and depressed on like day 3 or 4. Being in your favorite place in the world doesn't mean all your, troubles go away, and your anxiety and your depression and stuff like that, especially when you're alone. Interesting point there for me. Learned about myself. Anyway, I keep on calling this Kichijoji Park. It technically is, but it's actually called Inokashira Park. Inokashira Park. I'm really excited for my wife to open her gifts. Yeah, this has been an amazing trip, an amazing experience. I can't wait to come back. Every shrine that I visit, I give my, 5 yen offering and make a wish to come back as soon as possible and for safe travels home. And so hopefully we'll be coming back soon, sooner than another year. Thank you for coming along with me. And if I sound sad, I'm not. I'm just relaxed and taking in the moment, and I know I'm going to miss Japan a lot. Japan is, for me, if you've watched my videos before, you know it's hard to put it into words, the connection I have with Japan, or I feel like I have with Japan. It's like if Japan were a vibe or a song, I would be in tune with that song or vibration, if that makes sense. It's like in my DNA. Beyond the anime, beyond the weeb stuff, it just feels like I'm a puzzle piece that fits perfectly into Japan. Can't explain it. Can't help how you feel, and it's just always been that way. And it was cemented the first time we came here, because I had always been interested and fascinated by the country, but can't explain it. I would definitely move here permanently if I could, but my wife and I are really happy with our current lives. My dream would be a house in the countryside, a la Totoro, right? Like a house in the middle of the woods, and I would make a lot of stuff for the front yard. I would make like a big wooden statue of Totoro and the bus stop. I would make it would be really fun. I would make really cool stuff. I would probably try to make like a Zen garden. Yeah, that's a dream. It is so nice here. The wind keeps blowing. Leaves are falling down. It is so peaceful. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.